Hi everybody. Today we're going to learn how to set an equation equal to 0. Why do we want to do that, first of all? First of all, when solving a quadratic equation, remember that the roots are located on the x-axis. Okay? And the value of y for both roots, the value of y is 0. Remember, the standard form for a quadratic equation looks like that. So when we have an equation and we want to solve it, we have to set y equal to 0. So let's take a look at these examples. Notice that this quadratic equation is not set equal to 0. So we would want to set this equal to 0 by canceling out the negative 3, by adding 3. And what you do to one side, you do to the other side. We get x squared plus 4x plus 3. Those cancel, giving us a 0. Okay? Example 2, the order is messed up and it's not equal to 0. We want to put the negative b squared first. The squared term always goes first on a quadratic. So let's move the 6 over by canceling it out. And then when we rewrite it, we're going to put the negative b squared first, then the b term, then the constant term, or the x-intercept, and then the 0. Now even though I use the letter b, remember that's your independent variable, so that's the same as x. Okay, number 3, we have a couple items here on the wrong side. So we're going to move them over here with the 6x squared, or we could move the negative 6x squared over here on this side. And you know what, let's do that. I like the idea of having that x squared term being positive. It doesn't have to be, but let's go ahead and do that. If I add 6x squared on both sides, we get 0 on the left, and then we put them in order. So 6x squared plus x plus 4. Okay, so now let's talk about the solutions really quick here. So tomorrow you're going to be using your calculator, plugging in the equations. So I plugged in the equation into y equals, press graph, and basically we have how many solutions? We have 2 solutions. Okay, let's take a look at the next one. Okay, notice since it's a b, I'm going to use x on the calculator. I plug it into y equals and I graph it. And so this one has no real solutions. No real solutions because it does not cross the x-axis. So no real solutions. Now let's take a look at example 3. Okay, so I plug this one in to y equals, press graph, and again it does not cross the x-axis, so this one has no real solutions. Now let's look at an example where there's just one solution. Okay, so let's set that equal to 0. I'm going to go ahead and cancel these both out on the right side at the same time. So if I add 4x, I add 4x on the other side. If I add 4, I add 4 on the other side. So that leaves me with a 0 on the right. X squared goes first, 4x, and then the 4. Alright, let's take a look at this graph. So we plug it into y equals, we graph it, and this one has 1 solution. Alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Hope you're having a good night.